Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to the episode of Let's Build a City. We are on top of the mountain here on a snowmobile. I fell down. Can't drive like that. That's better. I don't use these snowmobiles too much. I want to do a little bit more work on the mountain today. Let's kill our snowmobile. It's one of these real alive animals. Look, because it sort of moves on its own. Die. What does a snowmobile drop when it dies, you wonder? A snowmobile drops a snowmobile. Alright, anyway, what I want to do, right, is we've got these, like, ski lift, the chair lift, whatever you call it, that comes up to the top and takes people down, okay? It takes you about sort of halfway up the mountain. It's actually a really nice height. And then we've got the little log cabin down below, which is a sort of little forgotten part of the world, really. It's a beautiful cabin with like logs sticking through the side, nice brown stained glass windows to give it that sort of cabiny feel. We've got like a stack of logs outside on the shelter so they don't get wet. Inside we've got like a rifle for bears, keep you self-defended up here. Nice little campfire. I think that campfire has particles. Yeah, look, it's good. Hey, I think the reason why I don't have particles on is because of when I give myself night vision potions, you get the old, where are they? The old particles around your face the whole time, and it just drives me. Look, like what is that? How am I meant to build with this going on all the time? There should be a way that you could have these particles on, but just not potion particles, because they suck so bad. Like, just don't let me, don't give them to me. I know if I've got a potion on. I don't need to be reminded every single minute. But yeah, really cool. So if we've got the cabin at this height and we've got the platform at this height, then I think we want a nice ice cave about here. Yeah, about there, I think, in this sort of zone. And I want this ice cave not to necessarily really be anything. I've got a few little ideas on how I sort of want it to work, but it's just like a little detail, a little hiding spot for people in the world. There's a hole there, look. Plug. Well, we're gonna destroy it now anyway. If we grab ourselves a couple of tools here, if we grab an iron sword and we just make this a brush for air. If we just do it 4, we can then plug ourselves a nice little hole for our cave entrance to start in, like something like this. And then if we go inside here, I should really keep the night vision on me, because this is real dark inside here. Okay, so when we're in here, let's just get rid of these couple little ones. OCD is going to drive me crazy with this cave, I already know it. If we grab ourselves another tool, let's say a shovel will be good, and we say brush sphere. I think I want to make this just snow blocks to give us like a layout of how we want our cave to go, and again we'll keep it on size 4. Now what I want to have is a nice, that's a bit big, undo. Maybe we just drop it down a little bit for this entrance part. Yeah, just for this entrance part. There we go. And then we go back up to 4. I want to have a snow floor, and it sort of goes down nice and gently, okay? I don't want it to be like a quick drop. I want it to be a nice slow drop. Something like this. And maybe it curves around a little bit, give a little bit of character to it. It sort of curves around on itself to about here. Maybe you have it a little bit open at the bottom, like a little bit sort of fatter. Somewhere down here like this. So a little bit of a sort of end room, if you like. I think that works. Yeah, a nice sort of little curve on the back there. Oh, I tell you what would be really cool though, is obviously we're going to have a lot of snow towards the start of the cave because the wind is going to blow it in, isn't it? So, and when it's snowing up here, it sort of blows it in, so you're going to get a lot of snow. But the further you get in, the deeper you get into the cave, the less snow there should really be, because the snow ain't going to make it all the way down here, is it? So you got the original, like, that's the original mountain there, look, see? That's like the top of the original mountain. You can really see how big we made in the end. They're the old ski slopes we had. We'll have to redo those. And put some more trees back on the mountain. It's a very plain mountain. Look, there's nothing really going on it. Yeah, so if we have less and less snow, the deeper you get into the cave. That's really quite a cool idea. Now, walls. If we grab another tool here, we'll go a brush, a sphere, and a stone. The only problem we've got is with stone is it's a very dark block. Yeah? Now, we could make our entire wall out of stone. That would be absolutely fine. But it might be a little bit plain. It's a little bit boring. There's not really much texture to it. Let's get rid of those. And instead, get rid of all those. And instead, let's see if we can mix some other blocks in there. Or if there's just a better block for us to use. So, oh yeah, and yeah, this one. So we want that one. I think stone could go in there, because at the end of the day, it's stone. It'd make sense to be in there. Oh, and maybe some cyan clay. These 3 blocks, I think, together would give a really nice cave wall texture. I like that. So we'll use this tool. What numbers do we need? That's going to be, we've already got stone, 159.9 and 112. So stone, 159.9 and 112. Night vision potion is running out. There we go. So now, yeah, okay. Now it's going to look a little bit weird when we've got night vision potion on, because you're not really. Ooh, let's just go a little bit lower to the thing here. There we go. A little bit weird with the night vision potion on, because you can't really get a feel for how it's going to look when it's actually dark inside the cave. But I think I'm going to like get them out of here. Ooh, careful. I'm clicking down there. I don't think I've made any holes in the mountain. Let's just undo to make sure. You got to be really careful. Remember, like 200 episodes now back, I was doing something with World Edit, and I must have, we found out, clicked in the distance, and we destroyed a wind turbine. We've repaired it now. We repaired it pretty recently, actually. But that was broken for like 100 episodes. So you got to be a bit careful of where you click those. Okay, so that's the sort of layout of our cave. You can start to see a little bit of a floor plan. I like that. So let's start building the walls up here. Now I want the walls to be pretty high-ish. I don't want to feel claustrophobic inside the cave, but I've also got a bit of an idea on what I want to do, sort of with the ceiling of the cave. So I'm just going to do, I think, 3 blobs high, I think is the word that we'll use for this. 3 blobs high. Undo. Like that. That feels about right. And then if we do like a 4th blob as the ceiling. So we'll try to nice and neatly get everything in one hit. Now the really cool thing about insides of like building caves like this, with the World Edit brush, is that you don't really need to tune up an inside mountain. You have to sort of do a lot of smoothing afterwards, otherwise it looks a little bit sort of spherical, like a bit bally when you're sort of trying to walk up or look at it. But on the inside, when you're doing like a cave, it gives you a beautiful like internal texture. Like nice and bumpy, nice and rocky. It's nowhere smooth, which is what you don't want a smooth ceiling on a cave. Well, you know what? I'll have that there. Why not? I think this is going to be pretty much the last sort of closed bit. Now I'm going to fully expect that I'm going to have missed some spots. So let's just have a little bit of a wonder. We're going to have to dress the outside of this up. I don't like being able to see that. We'll do that in a minute. But let's just see if we've got any holes that are visible. In fact, we should probably fill some in by hand if we get the single holes. But no real actual tuning should be required. I have to make this floor a little bit more smoother as well. Yeah, that one. Just filling in the single ones, the single holes. They look a little bit weird to have. Like that. Okay, I think that's pretty good, right? I think that feels pretty good. Let's just get rid of this front here. Let's grab another tool. Let's go with a gold sword. Oops. A gold sword this time. And we'll just get a nice airbrush. But I'll make it a little bit smaller. We'll just chew away a little bit of that. And then we'll re-put down some nice fresh snow on here. Yeah. And then we'll just do snow block in the same size. Like this, over the top of there. And fill that back in. Okay, so the front of the cave now looks a little bit more normal. Can I just smooth it off nicely? Brush. Smooth. Get rid of some of that squarey, bally sort of effect that we were talking about earlier. Okay, good. Fine. One more click there. Now, let's do the bottom of the cave. Let's see the floor of the cave here. Let's just see. Let's let the potion run out and see what this looks like in the dark. I think this is going to look really cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. I love that. It's just, it looks so much more interesting than just plain stone, doesn't it? A little bit more to look at. It's actually quite a big cave. We might put some internal walls in here, I think. Okay, let's get the night vision potion back going again. And let's tidy up the floor. I think the first step will be to just flatten out past. Now, I don't want it to be like a completely flat floor all the way through here. But I don't like we said, I don't like one block holes in the floor. It just doesn't feel right. So we'll put a little bit of a platform there. And you sort of drop down, and then we'll just tidy up this one like this. Try and step it down nice and gradually. Okay. Yep. Anything I don't like, I can just remove. Now, I don't think I like how it drops down quite here, so I'm just going to lift this up like that, and then we can start dropping it back down here, look. You know what, I'll keep that one in. See, look how much that looks really neat, hey, coming down there. And it probably would be quite neat on the floor because the wind and stuff blowing the snow would smooth it off. So I think it's like environmentally correct as well. Okay, that wasn't a bad layer. That was pretty smooth already to begin with. This is a horrible layer. Oops. Like that. That's a funky part. Okay. That's a horrible part. The brushes give you a really good start, but I always like to just fine-tune little bits, especially with the floors, because you're walking on it so much. It sort of really needs to be right. I think this layer here is going to be as low as we go. So anything like after this layer is just going to be flat. I don't want it to go any deeper. I want a nice sort of flat zone at the bottom for an idea we might do in the future, which I'll talk about later. So let's pop these all on here. I think I saw a little hole, yeah. Let's get rid of this. Don't need this. Okay. That should be all of that. Just a little bit on this side. take us 2 seconds. And then we need to put some texture into the floor. Like we were saying, we want to sort of have less and less snow the further we get down into this cave. Because, I don't know, it's melted away or it hasn't been blown down here. I mean, I don't know how often, like, people of the city come up here. Do skiers often come in here, like, on their way down? Is it a bit of a landmark cave to visit? I don't know. That feels good. That feels really nice, actually, down here now. So, let's go up to the mountain here and let's decide where we want the snow to start melting off. So, let's say about sort of, let's go do this level. Here, the snow starts melting off. And I think the best way to do this by layer. So, if we go from, like, here to there, and we say replace snow block with snow block and gravel. So that'll be a 50-50. I think that's a little bit too much gravel to begin with. Let's undo. And let's say a little bit, some more snow blocks. So it's 66% snow blocks. I still think it's close, but it's still a little bit too much. Let's go with 75% snow block. Better. That's good. And I think we'll do the same for this layer as well because it's a little layer. But then on this layer, the next one down, we're going to say get more gravel in. So we're going to reduce the snow block and it gives a little bit more gravel. And let's do this layer again because it's quite close to each other. Just to there. Oh, splash. The same sort of amount, and then we go down another layer. So I'm going to just say from this one to this one. I'm just trying to get a bigger area as I can without changing the layer. We're going to again drop another snow block. I think a piece of gravel fell then, I saw. Just place a piece of snow there. And because it's only a small layer, we'll do the same thing again. And then I think I'll probably do the same thing because again it's another very, very small layer here. But then this next level will take away even more. So now it's going to... Oh, it is already 50-50. No, I think I'm going to undo that. I'm going to start adding more gravel now. So it's now going to be more gravel than there is snow. Yeah. Good. And I think we'll keep the same. Probably for the next 2 layers. I really like that ratio for the bottom of the cave here. Maybe this bottom one we do less even. So let's do another gravel for the very bottom. Oops. Replace air with gravel. Let's keep doing it until all the holes are filled up. There's still a hole up in the corner there, see it? Oh, is that falling down? That's probably falling down all the way to the bottom. Yeah, it is. I'll put that there and I'll help it out. Look. Boop. Okay, that's cool. Let's just get these little corner bits that was missed. Oops. I got rid of the one because of course I did. Bunk. Oops. That one. And that one. And that one. And fill in that hole. Fill in this hole. Fill in that hole. Okay, now that's pretty cool. So we've got less and less snow, or more and more snow, the further you get towards the entrance of the cave. So the wind is sort of blowing the snow in, and it's just sort of making it down. Really cool little feeling that is. I like that. So now what I want to do is add some like spikes coming down from the ceiling. But I think to get an extra bit of colour and give that sort of cold feeling, I want to go with some ice. Now, we've got, what is that? Ice spell. I don't even know what ice spell is. CustomNPCs, ice. I forgot we had packed ice. That's really quite cool. So I'm thinking if we've got both of them then, we could have some packed ice spikes. Like, let's just do one here. I don't really know what I got nearly swallowed my own tongue then. I don't really know what shape we're going to go for. Let's just make a shape. that I sort of like the feel of. I'm thinking something like this. Yeah, see, I like that. Sort of just hanging down from the ceiling. We'll have another one over here. They don't all need to be absolutely massive. Oh, in fact, we could do it so the closer to the entrance of the cave, the smaller they are, because obviously the sun is probably going to melt them a little bit, yeah? Yeah, that's a cool one. I like the shape of that one. So we could have another, maybe a smaller packed ice one here. But then because of the sun on the outside, maybe when we get this close to the entrance, we change it to normal ice. Because it's sort of melting a little bit. They're sort of dripping down. Sneeze. Pew. Pew. Okay, I'm alive. Whew. Oh, my cute little sneezes. Okay, so we've got the a sort of melty one. Yeah. Look at the difference that is. Yeah, that's quite cool. I like that. It looks a little bit watery, not watery. My voice cracked. So we have a little one here. Maybe a small one right at the entrance, like right there, like a little baby one, like that. Yeah, so when you're walking through, that's quite cool. Yeah. Okay, what if we done, like underneath this one, we could do like a couple of blobs of where it's sort of dropped onto the floor a little bit. I don't like that one. I think I'll just shift that there. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Okay, now, the bottom here, it feels a little bit... The cave in general feels a little bit wide. So what if we put some little false walls in? Let's just go to this tool. And let's see if we can go back up to where we had our brush. With the walls. And I'm going to drop that down to size 2. So we get a little bit more control. And we just put some little fake walls in here. Oops. Undo. Just put a blob on top of my own head. We just make some sort of a little sort of thinner parts to get through, yeah? Oops, I just chucked another potion. Now it shouldn't break too much, like this is just where the step down was, but we can now sort of come through here and around this side, and maybe we put another wall in like that. I don't like that last one. I think I just want to shift that. Yeah. So go around that ice spike there. Put a bit of a ceiling on it, a little bit of a sort of entrance way. And loop that around. Something like that. Yeah, let's just go for a wander through. Let's start sort of here. So it goes off to this side. And you get like a second room, and then you go down to this one where you get the bottom room. Okay, I like that. I don't like that hole. And I don't like that hole. Just little touches there. I don't like that hole. Okay, cool. Very nice. Now let's try and add some detail down here. So this wall here is sort of the first part that you come across. So what would we want inside the cave? What would you expect to see? Maybe if we do some small boulders using again another different block that we haven't used, like a stone, like a clay block. A clay would work, in fact. If we went clay 3 even. Oh, yeah, clay 3. And that's too big. Undo. I like it, but I don't like the size. Can I go? I can go smaller, right? 1. Splash. Yeah, just a couple of little boulders in here. I think we're going to have to tart those up by hand a little bit. They look a little bit plus signy, but they work quite well. So let's just sort of shape the tops of these a little bit. Oops, I broke thing. Okay, that's good. That's a nice boulder shape. This one is not so nice of a boulder shape. I want it going into the wall. I want it to be its own thing. Good. I like. And this one here isn't actually really that bad, to be fair. Okay, so that's just added that extra part. Now I think maybe we do a little bit of a hideout down the bottom here. Yeah, I think down here would be nice. So we could go, that campfire that we had earlier in the episode in the hut. We could have a campfire in here too. So a little camp. Ooh, a nice orange glow. We can't see the particles because of the flame because of the particles we've got turned off. Okay, let's go with a wet log look. So if we get a darker log, should sort of feel or look a little bit wetter. So we've got a log here. Let's do like a smaller one there. And one like that. Yeah. Maybe in the back here, we use some oak planks because they're dried out. Let's go with slab and stair as well. Just to make a little sort of wood store going on. I don't know, something like that. Just as a little bit of wood saved up here. That's quite nice. I don't know if we really want too much more down here. I sort of just like that. I'd really like to see that with the night vision potion off. We've got 2.5 minutes. I could drink some milk, but let's just get this sort of finished up first. What about just some torches as we go down the cave, so it isn't pitch black the entire way down? Just some strategically placed torches. Now, I don't think I'm right. I think I'm right in saying that packed ice doesn't melt with torches, right? So I should be able to place these down here, no problem. But we're just going to have to be a little bit careful the closer out we get. Now, I don't know, is it 5 blocks or 3 blocks away a torch has to be to not melt snow? I can't remember the number. Yeah, you know what? Let's just drink some milk. Let's see if that's... I don't want it to be bright. You know, I don't want it to be lit up like it is outside. But just to give a bit of an atmosphere. Yeah, I like this. Now, if it does melt, obviously the ice is going to flow all the way down the cave. But we just need a little torch here, don't we? Torch. It just looks a little bit too dark. Stick one right on there. Yes. Yeah, I love that. And then you just, as you come down here, you see the campfire right there. I like it. It's got that sort of survivalist feel to it. Really cool. Now, what would be amazing to do in the future, I've been thinking about it for quite a while now, and you guys have been suggesting it for even longer, to be fair, is every city needs a superhero, yeah? Like Arkham has Batman and etc, etc. But it'd be really cool to have a... Actually, really cool little entrance there. I might just round it off a little bit. So every city needs a hero and a villain. So we need to make, really, it'd be cool to have a superhero's base and a villain's lair in the city. Now, I was thinking, and you guys were sort of suggesting that we could do an abandoned warehouse, or even use one of our current abandoned warehouses. I'm thinking about using the one underneath the motorway, like that big bridge part that we've got. Ooh. Oh, it's not. Oh yeah, of course it doesn't snow up here. Weather clear. As like the villain's lair in an abandoned warehouse, and then the superhero's base could have an entrance in the cave, so you could come into the cave, and then I don't know, something. Let's just throw in ideas about. You come all the way down, and like around here, you could have like a hidden lever, like boom, right there. Like you have a little hidden lever, and you flick the lever, and I don't know, a little entrance inside of the wood pile, boop, opens up. You know, a piston, we could do a piston basically there, just pulls that stairway, and you get a little secret entrance into what will then open up inside the mountain. We've got all the room that we need inside this mountain to the superhero's base, where we can have some nice cars, fancy technology, and maybe even a little hangar for like a bat plane or whatever you'd call it, you know, bat jet, and I don't know, maybe a secret hole in the mountain can open up to let his helicopter, even something like that, to fly in and out. I don't know, it could be quite cool and have like a little secret entrance inside of the cave, so it's a bit of a landmark, but it's also got a secret behind it. That would be pretty cool. I think we're going to leave the episode there though, guys. If you enjoyed it, then hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. And we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!